Hello LAP, this is Brandon Reisinger coming to you with your Chairman's Report. We'll start off with the order bank. The Escape is $39,254. The Corsair is $4,399 for a total of $43,653. We are currently still on an 8-hour schedule. All of our suppliers still look to be good. I'm going to use tentatively as usual because we never know with them anymore. But as of now, we don't see anything coming down the pipe. Did want to let everybody know there is a line speed change coming Monday the 8th. That's going to be a 4 JPH drop on the end of the flat top. Probably looking at like 3.5 back in the back of chassis and maybe a 3 in trim. Paint and body, I don't believe their line speed is not planned to be changed at this time. I think they're going to keep them the way they are so that they can keep the system in good shape. The rebalance also starts on Monday the 8th. So I wanted to go over a little bit of stuff here. I know there's a lot of you out there that are experienced and have fought work many times. There's also some of you that may have just come to day shift and have never had to fight work before in your life. So want to kind of give you some of the rules of the road, just so that everybody knows what their rights are. First off, the company owes you a sit down with the union to explain what is going to be added and or deleted from your job. At that sit down, it should be very clear cut. If you're not clear on what part they're talking about or where it goes on the truck, you can ask them to show that to you. You can ask for a visual. You know, if the part's coming from the next line over, they can take you over there and they can show you what that is. But you do have a right to ask that. The company also owes you a method. They should be telling you when and how they want the new work to be performed. So if they're telling you that we want you to put this clip on every truck, they need to be telling you, is that clip going to be the first thing that you do when the job enters your station? Is it going to be the last thing you do before it leaves your station? Do they want you to put it on after you shoot these 2 screws? But it's their job to set up that method and tell you what order to follow when you're working on that unit. It's not your job or your responsibility to figure out how to make it work. So, you know, you don't need to go tell them, hey, if we do it this way, I can do it. Honestly, that's their job. Let them figure it out. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. The company owes you a properly set up workstation. What I mean by that is if they're bringing a new clip to you and they're bringing the box up there and setting it on some empty dunnage in your workspace on the floor, that's not a properly set up workstation. If they bring you a box of bolts and you happen to be next to the team room and they're sitting it on the corner of the picnic table or up on one of the yellow rails, that is not a properly set up workstation. They owe you having your job set up correctly to be able to perform that work and be successful. If the work is going to be an issue or you think it could be an issue, the company owes you a backup plan. So you can ask them, hey, if I can't finish all of this work in station, what do you want me to do? And that's going to be their job to tell you, hey, let this clip go. We'll have somebody to back it up if we have to. Or, you know, if you can't get it shot in time, release it with concern and let the team leader know. Or if they say, hey, let the line go down if you have to and finish shooting what you're shooting. But that's their job to tell you, this is what we want you to do if it can't be done in station. What we do owe the company in Rebalance is a fair attempt to do the work. What I mean by a fair attempt is you shouldn't be out there running from unit to unit. You shouldn't have to carry extra parts with you or be juggling stuff up underneath of your arm when you're headed to the truck. You shouldn't be having to take shortcuts from the method that they've laid out for you in order to make it work. You should be able to follow the process as given to you by the company and complete that job in station every rotation. If not, the job is a problem. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, if you follow the process and you're working at a reasonable pace and you can't get the job done, it's going to show itself, and we're going to be able to address that job. It's very hard for us to go and fight them adding work to you if you're taking shortcuts in order to make it work. It makes it hard. So follow the process as given to you by the company. Again, if they overload the job, it's going to show itself. There's going to be line stops, or there's going to be somebody having to catch work after it goes out of your station. And that's when it's going to get addressed. A lot of times they'll come back and say, okay, well, we're going to move this part off of this because it's not working. Sometimes they're adamant that it is going to work, and that's when the union has to get involved, and we will fight that process with you. We can't fight it for you. So that's going to be a team effort. We're going to need you to do your job in order for us to be able to do ours. I'm going to get off my soapbox now on the Rebalance stuff. Hit on some other news. So vacation shutdown has been officially announced, and that is going to be 1 week, and it will be the week of 4th of July. So if you've got vacation hours, 40 hours of it will be blocked out for that. Everything else is yours to use and schedule whenever you like. If you're scheduling it a week at a time, you can schedule further out. If you're scheduling it a day at a time, you'll have to schedule within 30 days. All medical leaves are now going through the new company, Sedgwick. So if you open a claim, you're going to need to contact them. Don't contact Unicare. Unicare has stopped handling our claims. And I think on the last video, we put up the link and the website and phone number for Sedgwick, so you can find that on the last video. The union meeting is going to be April 9th. That's at LAP at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. I look forward to seeing you there. Open enrollment for optional life insurance starts April 15th. If you don't have optional life, it's actually very reasonably priced. And during open enrollment, if you don't have it at all, you can actually skip 2 levels without having to do any sort of physical or wellness check. If you already have it, you can move up 1 level without having to take any sort of physicals or anything. So if you're looking to get optional life insurance or increase your optional life insurance, that's going to be the window to do it. Only other thing we got a chairman's quiz. It was actually put on the weekly update that came out at the beginning of this week. I'll also make sure that there's a link to it on this video. We'll announce the winners next week, but we're going to have 2 winners, each for a pair of derby pins. So make sure you get on there and hit the quiz, and we'll announce the winners next week. Thanks.